I've been looking for a house with no walls or no whispers, no hiding places, no secret sister. Been looking for a house that won't shelter a lie, no tear-stained past or reason to cry. I wanna live.
Welcome. This is EWE, Empowering Women Everywhere. And today our guest is Jacqueline Cassagnol, and she's of the worldwide community First Responders, Inc. And she's here to tell us about her organization and herself. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you
so
for
good
having
to
me.
see you. Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Good. And we actually met at a PAN meeting.
Yes.
Which is, now what does PAN stand for? We don't know.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We do.
It's I'm thinking aging. It's aging network.
It's an aging network.
Yeah.
For professionals.
Professional aging network.
Right.
Yes.
The Professionals of Aging Network.
Yes.
And I went there and I met Jacqueline there, and we started talking about her programs and what she does. Jacqueline is an LPN, then she became an RN, and then a BSN. What does that mean, BSN?
It's a Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Okay. So she has all kinds of degrees. And then she got her master's in nursing administration.
Yes.
And her master's in nursing education.
Yes.
Right. So she actually teaches nurses.
Yes.
And you decided about how long ago that you wanted to form this 501c3 not-for-profit corporation?
Yes. In 2011, I did training for first aid and first response.
Okay.
With a group of healthcare professionals in Haiti. And while I was doing my training, one of the students stood up and said, if only we knew what you're teaching us right now, fewer people would have died during the earthquake.
Oh my goodness.
And you knew about the earthquake.
Yes.
And what happened. So that touched me deeply.
It touched your heart.
Yeah. I broke down in front of this classroom.
Right.
So then I knew that I had to continue doing this type of work.
Right.
So I am the founder and president of Worldwide Community First Responder. We just celebrated 4 years.
Okay.
And what we do is we provide health education and training for first aid and first response, disaster preparedness, things as such.
Right, right. And you do it worldwide.
We do it worldwide. I have to say, though, that our focus now is the United States and Haiti.
Okay.
We've been in China. Last year we were in China.
Okay.
But it's a lot of work, and it's volunteer work, I have to say.
Yes.
Yeah, so, but it's a passion. I'm passionate about what our mission is. Our mission is to prevent deaths worldwide through education and training.
Right.
And that's what we do.
Right.
Provide education and training.
Now, if there's some of our audience that wishes to help or become involved, is there a way that they can volunteer to help you? And
Absolutely. They could go on our website. It is www.wcfrworldwide.org.
okay.
Again, it's www.wcfrworldwide.org. And they can get involved by volunteering, because we always need volunteers when we have events, health fairs. Every year we have this, what they call it, Martin Luther King Day of Service project.
Okay.
Where we different years we've done different projects, but last year we did a first aid training where we taught people how to do hands-only CPR. So, you know, people could volunteer that way, where they learn and could help to teach others how to do that life-saving hands-only CPR.
Right.
Otherwise, people could become a member. Membership is only $50,
Okay.
and what you're doing is really supporting our cause.
Right.
By becoming a member. Your name would be posted on our website, and if we were to have special events, you get a discount on that. So it's membership, and then sponsorship. I did tell you that we're having an event coming up.
Yes. Yeah.
So we'll talk about a little later. They can sponsor events and provide us with things for our services, such as first aid. When you do first aid, sometimes we teach CPR, things that we need to do to provide the services that we do provide.
Right. Now, do you have any upcoming trips that are going to Haiti or anything coming up?
It will be next year.
Okay.
We're working on that. I was just in Haiti last August,
Okay.
where I have to say, since I am a nursing professor, I have more connections, I would say, with the nursing schools, and we've collaborated with nursing schools in Haiti,
Oh, good.
where I do teach at one of the nursing schools in Haiti, and also have a grant to do a project, a disaster preparedness project at the nursing school.
Haiti?
In Haiti.
Oh,
At the
good.
nursing school, yeah.
Good.
So,
So if people want to become involved, they can join. They can become a member,
yes.
or they can go to one of the events.
Yes.
But there's other things that are happening around. People can get involved with this CPR training.
CPR training, which is important.
Right.
I can't say how important that is for anybody to know how to give CPR, because you would not want to have somebody close to you die just because you didn't know how to give CPR.
Right. Yep. And that's one of the things. What are you training in Haiti? What type of things do you
So
train?
we do mostly we do CPR also, but
Right.
we do mostly disaster preparedness. So we teach them how to prepare for, especially in Haiti, hurricane
Right.
and flood
Right.
and things as such. That happens quite frequently there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we do in Haiti. I also teach for them, and that's thank God, we've collaborated with a lot of organizations to provide our services.
Right.
Because without HANA, which is Haitian American Nurses Association,
Right.
we wouldn't be able to do what we do in Haiti.
Right.
So they're a great supporter, and we love them.
Good. Yeah, definitely. So it's a great opportunity for people to get involved.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
okay. So where are you teaching now?
Dominican College.
Okay.
It's in Orangeburg, New York,
Right.
in Rockland.
And you teach nurses.
Yes.
Okay.
Nurses, nursing, community health. I've taught peds, intro to nursing, a bunch of things.
So some of our nurses out there may have had you.
Oh yeah, call me Professor Cassagnol. And it's funny, when you're out not teaching, you hear professor, you're like,
Right, you don't expect.
Okay, all right.
So what are your hours? I mean, how often do you teach, and then how do you have time to do all this?
My hours are very, as a professor, you have time.
Oh, okay.
Most of the time, you will teach a course, and then, the remaining of the work is you could go home and do them, like correcting papers and so forth. So it doesn't pay that much.
No, but it gives you the free time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm able to go to pen meetings.
Right.
Once in
Right.
a while. And it's great.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
I love it that way.
And we're hoping to come down to your event.
Oh, we would love to have you guys.
Yeah, we're hoping to come down.
Thank you so much for having me. I don't know if we're not finished. But thank you so much for having me. I was so happy to have met you, because when you introduce yourself, I'm like, oh, I have to talk to her. She's amazing. You do that, you do this, you do that. I'm like, oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
And
Well,
when
we like to have people on that are really doing something to benefit the planet and
Right.
giving back. And, you know, for you to be teaching now, and so that you have the free time to be able to devote to training. I mean, there's so many other countries out there that probably need this assistance.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
your family was from the Dominican, correct?
No, from Haiti.
From Haiti.
Haiti, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your family was from Haiti, so, you know, you ended up going there and finding out that they had a problem, but I'm sure there's a lot of other countries that need your
Absolutely.
assistance.
When we went to China last time, they were asking for us to do some work there, but it's so much more expensive to travel to China than it is to Haiti.
Right.
So that was gonna be needing
How
bigger
did
grants.
you get the opportunity to go to China?
Again, with Haitian American Nurses Association,
Okay.
we did a presentation with. I'm also a member of Sigma Theta Tau Honor Society for Nursing.
Uh-huh.
It's the International Honor Society for Nursing. I am a member of that organization, and we put in for a proposal to do a symposium at their what they call it, the Research Congress,
Uh-huh.
and that was held in China, and we got to present our work with regards to disaster preparedness and health education with them,
Right.
and the people liked it, and
They want you
wanted
back,
to-
but they're not willing to fund you.
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, hopefully you'll be able to go back to China.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a lot of other countries that probably
yeah.
could use this.
I could do this full time, but actually I do it actually full time. I spend a lot of time doing it, but I have to pay my bills too.
So, in these disaster situations, what is the special training and challenges for a nurse when she goes into this type of a disaster situation?
I've addressed this several times, and I have to say that not all schools provide disaster preparedness training for nursing, unfortunately. That's why I personally have tried to reach out to different nursing, especially Sigma Theta Tau Honor Society for Nursing,
Right.
to see how it could be encouraged more to have nurses or nursing students train on disaster preparedness.
Right.
So that there's no most of them do not have. Unfortunately, that's what was a discussion that I posted on Sigma Theta Tau Honor Society for Nursing, on the disaster preparedness community, because I am one of the facilitators of that group.
Right.
And no, that's why I have written an article not too long ago that states that as nurses we are not trained to deal with disasters. We're not prepared for disasters,
Right.
and are not taught how to react to the disasters. That's why we have I've gotten a grant from Haitian American Nurses Association to provide a disaster preparedness project or training at a nursing school in Haiti.
Now, do you have the curriculum already written for this?
We put it all together.
So it's all ready.
Yes, it was a proposal that we first of all put a proposal together and sent it to HANA, Haitian American Nurses Association, and they approved it and gave us a grant. But it stated exactly what we were going to teach the students, and again, hurricane. We did put earthquake in there just because they were concerned that they did not know what to do, and I don't know, and it's very hard to try to tell people they need to get prepared, because most people don't get it for some reason. Most people don't get that they have to get prepared. Not too long ago, September 11th, for 9/11,
Right.
commemorating 9/11. Every year we have this presentation where we do disaster preparedness. Okay, we put a presentation on how to get prepared for disasters, and a young man asked me, "Why are we getting prepared? Are we going to have a disaster?" So I said, "We don't know.
Right.
We do not know if there's going to be a disaster. You never know.
Right.
It could happen any time of the day, of night. So that's why you need to be prepared."
Well, I would think that the curriculum that you made for Haiti should be incorporated in all the nursing schools across the country.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
How
but
can we affect that?
It's through discussions and try to convince people that it is important, that people need to get prepared, and especially healthcare professionals,
Right.
because you look up on to take care of your neighbors or your family when anything happens, something bad happens.
Now, the class that you teach, it's really only for nurses and healthcare professionals.
No, it's not.
Oh,
But
so it
no,
could
no.
really be for anyone.
It could be, well, let me just say this. For the healthcare professionals, the nursing students, of course I include things that a nurse would do since I am a nurse.
Right.
But the presentation that we do for to commemorate 9/11, it's for anyone.
Right.
Yeah, we have it out. We had it at our office. I can't talk.
You had it in your office.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it was great.
Very
So,
good.
It's funny. He asked that question, that young man.
Right, at
And
that presentation.
I was like, yeah. That's why you don't ever know when a disaster would happen.
So I think we should schedule another one. When is your next one going to be?
See, we have presentation based on commemorating events,
Okay.
or special events. If a high school were to reach out to us
Right.
for a presentation, we could do that.
Right. So
But-
basically, anyone that wants to have a presentation, like a village or a town that wanted to hold something
We could
on
do that.
disaster preparation, yeah, you could do that, or a
Yes.
hospital,
Absolutely.
or a school, or
Yes.
anyone.
Yes.
Yeah,
We-
so
we've
they
done-
can contact you and
Absolutely.
set something up, and you'll come and speak.
Absolutely. We have a group of people, not only me.
Okay, so who else is involved in the group?
Actually, my brother is the vice president. He's an OBGYN. We have actually he used to be my professor, and now we're colleagues. And
So he's from the Dominican
no,
College?
he teaches at Mercy College,
Oh, at Mercy College.
where I got my degrees. And then we have, who else we have? We have somebody that I went up to school with. We got our masters together. It's a nurse.
Right.
And then what else we have? Oh, we have a legal advisor. Another thing I want to say is you don't have to be a healthcare professional, obviously. You don't have to be a healthcare professional to be involved in our organization.
Right.
There's so many things that need to be done.
Right.
So if you want to get involved, please get in touch with us.
And what's your phone number?
It's 845-608-7409. 845-608-7409.
Oh, great. And it's so wonderful to see all the good work you're doing, and it's so necessary at this point in time, especially because there's things happening all over the place. I mean, we just had a problem in South Carolina, You know, and that's in the U.S. They had
That's
flooding
right,
in
yeah.
Europe. They've
That's
had
right.
all kinds of things.
All over the world. I believe that everybody should be a first responder. Why? Because you should be able to provide help for you and your family. Just basic. You should know the basics so that your family could survive in case of a disaster.
So the more people that know them, the more people that will be able to be there when help arrives.
That's right. We tell them what to have in that emergency backpack. You know, emergency, like all your medications, you should have a list of all your medications, just examples. You should have phone numbers of your family, just in case. You never know if something were to happen to you, to have that. So many things that we have a whole list of things that we tell them that's what you should have, and things that you would figure that you will really need. You would really need just in case of emergency to have them.
Right.
And not to think of those elderly people that needs even more stuff. So, and pets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do with your pets?
Yeah, that's why you have to prepare. You have to know what you're gonna do. They are. We don't usually do most things on pets, but we can.
Yeah.
We can. And it's all about preparing, right? What do you need? You could do a little research even on your own to find out what you would need in case of emergency for your pets.
Right.
So it's all about preparing. And whenever we do that presentation, disaster preparedness, we tell them this is what we suggest that you have in your backpack.
Right.
But do your little own research and see what else you personally are going to need.
Right.
In case of emergency.
What do you think is the most widely difficulty or challenge that people have?
Right, things
in
like
the
that.
area?
And then we look into and we collect the surveys after we've done the surveys. We collect the surveys and look to see what kind of problems we find,
And then you can address them
specifically.
Right.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. We go into a process assessment, and we teach our nursing students to do that.
Right.
You know, just don't just look into what the problems are.
Right.
And then address them by, providing, again, education.
Right. Well, let's get some support here.
Right.
We need some sponsors, so I would like you to meet the people up at the Greater Hudson Valley Medical Association and see whether or not, you could do some programs up there
that
on
would be
preparedness.
awesome.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. So, okay. Well, this is Jacqueline Cassagnol, and we'd like you to all come out and support her work, and you can see her on her website
At WCFRworldwide.org. It's www.WCFRworldwide.org.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lenny Galino. I'm a retired New York City detective. I was with the New York City Police Department for 21 years, retired in 2006, and now I'm proud owner of Gold Shield Investigations. I got the opportunity recently to see Collar. And I'm a real critic when it comes to police movies, cop movies. Well, I got to say this. In watching Collar, I thought it was authentic. It hit home. The actor portrayal, TJ, was right on the mark. What I see a lot of times with these police movies, the actors always seem to overact the part of a police officer. And, in any professional looking at it, maybe even some people, they like the drama of it, but it comes through. And in this particular movie, the way it was portrayed, it was authentic. The storyline, the real issues, issues that really are not spoken about. Something could be learned from this.